Yo, what's up, YouTube? Lone Wolf Gaming here for episode 65 of Tales of Arise. Last episode, we made it to the lab, which Alphen was pretty much spirited away and experimented on in the Forbidden Zone, and we were able to access terminals in order to learn a little bit about Lenegis, his mask, the wedge, as well as the brain control techniques. This episode, we're going to go ahead and continue on learning more about what exactly happened and answering some questions that are much asked, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and start with Lords. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of the 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding master core. They also are assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that the lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and no longer serve their position, a replacement must quickly be prepared. Okay, so that makes sense. Now we know how Xion could use Balsef's Master Core, and it makes sense why the age was so clearly different between each of the lords. Cool. Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. The following is a report on the second successful case of Sovereign Test Subject experimentation. Test Subject 10105, given name Volrun, generation non-applicable, unique adjustment index, ethnicity non-applicable. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risk it poses surpasses even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. You know, if they would have disposed of Voron, that would have saved us a lot of headache. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned, risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Okay. Voron is still a douche. Now let's see what's up with Master Cores. Master Cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belong to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these Master Cores, those with earth, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan lords at the time of the crown contest. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed. Its existence is kept top secret. Well, now it makes sense why Dohalim, Xion, etc. did not have any idea that a Dark Master Core existed. Cool. Underneath a Master Core spherical outer layer, it is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of the tenure, each lord competes in the crown contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renus Alma materializes. Be advised that the active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Yeah, is that why it did not work with the dark master core not present? Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Renus Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. So why was it going on for 300 years? Spirit cores. Spirit cores are in terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host's body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within a range of the spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Well, at least now we got the background of the whole slavery issue, which honestly I still have issues with. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their deaths. Seriously? So not only are you enslaving them, embedding a spirit core into them, once they die, they still find a use for them. I don't know how I feel about that anymore. Spirit cores can also be embedded into Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Addendum. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without including death for maximum astral energy yield is still pending. Alright. And this is the last terminal we gotta access. Let's see what's up with the Sovereign. The Sovereign acts as Lenegus's central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation, in theory. Ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegus if left unchecked, i.e. the disaster that happened 300 years ago. So whenever the lords have level 3, so is level 3 below level 2, I guess? I am not really sure. But nonetheless, was Volron Danan? I thought he was Renan. As such, stabilization measures must be put into place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternative methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danan subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjusts are successful. Subsequent adjustments are put to be on hold while extended observation takes place. Okay. Now let's see what's up with the Maiden. The Maiden acts as the Sovereign support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A ruling subject serves as its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral energy it lacks in tandem with the Renus Alma. Wait, but she owns... Oh, wait, yeah. She owns Renan. Yeah, my bad. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of the trial activations of the sovereign without the maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the sovereign nor the maiden are informed about the details of this spirit channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the maiden has been deemed to cause the past sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Okay, mental instability from Naori caused Alphen to go berserk. Cool. Addendum 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Okay, I guess my theory about Shion might be wrong then. Okay. Well, now it's time to go further into the Forbidden Zone after learning all of that info. Nice. That answered quite a few questions, if you ask me. And I'm quite happy that I got those questions answered. Huh. Guess this is another terminal we can access? You see a lot of numbers. Looks like the logs of assignment between subjects and Lenegis is proper. Okay, never mind. Let's press forward. There's nothing in this room, is there? Nope, this is just the room that Alphen was in whenever we looked at his past memories. Cool. Now, let's go up this elevator.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Alphen. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people. So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
You know, I didn't like the fact that Kisara said what I wanted to say. Let's just press forward.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. The Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Dahnan voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Shion got a new emblem called Latest Maiden. Cool. Alphen got a new sword called Sodile Artheles. I don't know how that is pronounced. New armor, ceremonial garb, Ganem. I can't say that either. I'm not even gonna attempt to say Shion's armor. But yeah, that is certainly interesting to say the least. My theory was completely debunked, but hey, it is what it is. We now know exactly what must be done. And Alphen and Shion got some new looks. Pretty nice looks in my opinion. Well, I'm gonna go and end this episode here. I hope you all enjoyed and have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out.